Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your guy Pat Bernard with you. The wraparound with Pat Bernard. Yes, it is the end of the work week. It is the end. It's Friday, and we should be ready to relax, kick back. Let me take over your Friday night here, talking Philadelphia sports. That's what we do here on It's a Wrap Sports, and we talk Pittsburgh sports. Let me not forget my guys across the other side of the state. So this show is the calm before the storm. We have three major sporting events going down tomorrow. We have the Philadelphia Union taking on NYCFC for potentially the Philadelphia Union winning the Supporters Shield. We also have a big football game that's going to be taking place. Can the Philadelphia Eagles go 5-0? And most importantly, Red October is back starting tomorrow. So Red October starts tomorrow. NLDS starts tomorrow. Do you know tomorrow the Philadelphia Phillies and the LA Dodgers first set and met place in the postseason back in 1977. That's 48 years ago. Tomorrow that these two franchises clashed in the postseason. Think about that. In 1977 is when the Dodgers and Phillies clashed. That's huge. And the Dodgers would win that series. Then they would go back the following year in 1978. The Dodgers would win that. 1983 is when finally the Philadelphia Phillies would win. Then go back to 2008. The Philadelphia Phillies going on their long droughted ride to the World Series, but they had to go through the LA Dodgers. Everyone remembers probably one of the most big story, one of the big moments in the series is when the Dodgers, was when Matt Stairs hits the home run, and then they would meet again in 2009. So since 2009, the Phillies and Dodgers haven't played postseason playoffs. Excuse me, I'm a little tongue-tied. So let's get into the comments right off the bat. Hey, Ryan, how are you? He says, hey, Pat. Are you awake tonight, Pat? Yes, I am. I'm very awake. Thank you. I'm here. I'm ready to go. Adam from YouTube says, what's up, Pat? Red October. Let's go. Yeah. And listen, Ricky also says, Ryan says, I will have a lot to say, so read clearly and precisely. Thank you, sir. And Ricky's watching. Thank you, Ricky. So, yeah, since 1977, these two teams clashed in the postseason 48 years ago. But the Phillies had their number. And I think now that we get a little bit closer, and everyone here from the network will tell you, I've been a scaredy cat. I've been hiding underneath a rock because I'm concerned about the starting pitching. I'm concerned about the starting pitching letting us down into some hole, some 0-4 hole, some 0-3 hole. We've seen Lazaro have these sloppy starts. We know Aaron Nola doesn't have the greatest velocity strength like he's once had. We've seen it with these guys. Philadelphia Phillies made the right call. Rob Thompson made the right call by having Christopher Sanchez be your leadoff. He's going to face Ohtani tomorrow. It should be a decent pitching staff. Excuse me, pitching duel. And now you're going to get Mookie Betts, the Phillies killer, Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy. We know the gang. We know what's out there in that dangerous LA Dodgers lineup. I mean, they just put up 18 runs in their last 2 games against the Reds. It's not going to be easy. And I'm worried. In some regards, I was all through the week, I looked at it up until I don't know what's changed. I don't know why I have a change of feel for the Phillies. I think the starting pitching, though, with all the concerns I've had last night, I think the starting pitching can bail you out of trouble. I think the starting pitching is going to be right there for you. And if you can get lights out performance from Christopher Sanchez to set the tone this series, then you're in good hands. But we gotta hope and pray and be optimistic that Ranger Suarez and Aaronola and Luzardo can hold their end of the bargain. Because if those guys can hold their end of the bargain, we should be A-okay. Let's get into Ricky. He's got a couple comments here. Let's see what Ricky has to say. Ricky says, Phillies have been knocked out in the last 4 years because of a lack of situating hitting, manufacturing runs. They get guys on, but with no issues, and they can't get the runners in scoring position. They overswing and try to too much in playoff baseball. Is usually good pitching and versus good hitting. Ricky, you're actually right. How many times we've seen in playoff baseball where this team will swing at just about anything? Things, ball pitches that are coming across into the dirt, pitches outside, being too over aggressive at the plate. Where the talent there chokes. The talent, the Bryce Harper needs to be better. Alec Bohm going to have to be better, and hopefully he's learned. And look, I go back and forth with Matty B. Matty B is in that same boat. He believes that the hitting needs to be superb. And you're right on, Ryan. Goes back to the Diamondback series. It goes back to last year. This team will swing at just about anything. Anything. It's like when the pressure's on, like you just said, players in scoring position, this team comes up short. This team comes up short, and you can't afford that. The fans will be there, and they're going to try and make a ruckus, and they're going to try and get in Ohtani's head. But the Phillies have to play better. They have to smarten up. And you're right, Ryan. I hope it's not the same story. I hope this is not going to be a baseball club that is just going to swing at anything. Nick Castellanos does that. He'll swing at anything. We know that. I've seen this from Alec Bohm. He'll swing at anything that's in the dirt. Ryan says, I would love to call in so I can say all the long comments, so can't say it on one call. Yeah, listen, I appreciate your feedback. I really do. I appreciate your feedback. My man, Dave Yarnell, checking into the program. He goes, you have a hot Dodgers team coming in Stinson Bank Park. Not to mention the Phillies had been off for a while. Could it be a factor in the series? And it could be, Dave. What time is live tomorrow? I'm imagine you're asking for the Phillies post-game show, Ricky. Me, Big Al, on the call for you. Phillies post-game show tomorrow. 6 o'clock's the start time. Going back to Dave's question here. Phillies have been off. And that could be troublesome. Because the not playing consistent for the past week. But maybe, Dave, just to being optimistic again, maybe not playing for a week has done this team good. Maybe this team needed a reset. This team needs a reset. I just hope when comes pressure time, like Ryan mentioned, this team is just will swing at anything. And that's what the scary part is. We've seen this lineup swing at things that are in the grass, in the dirt, outside the strike zones, above the strike zone, out of the strike zone. Like, this is the make it or break it. All right, we know how dangerous Dodgers be, and I don't know why, because on paper, when I look at this game, when I look at the series, this is all Dodgers from here. This is all Dodgers. To me. When you factor in, they got Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Max Muncy. I mean, they got a lineup of guys who can hit. My concern is more on the pitching staff. Because I'm worried about this starting pitching staff that's been so up and down, especially without no Wheeler in your lineup. Like Aaron Nola at best is throwing a 93 heater. It's nowhere near 99, what it once was. Curveballs falling at 78 miles an hour. Like, I just don't want to see this team fall into that rabbit hole. I don't want to see that team fall into an 0-3 start, 0-4 start. Because the offense can only bail you out and, out of trouble. And then when pressure time kicks in, this team will choke. And this team will collapse. And then the big question is, what do we do from here? Is it time that we move on from the manager? Is it time that we move on and break up the band once and for all? It's a wrap sports. Checking in from YouTube. Checking into the program. The Phillies are 1-3 in their last 4 home playoff games, with a 135 batting average with runners in scoring position. They battled a .252 with runners in scoring position this season. Yeah. And I imagine that's Matty B. And Matty B's right. Like, 0-20 with players in scoring position. Like, that's hard. And in their last 4 games, the last 4 games of the season, 0-20. Look at that. 0-20. Like, you can't have that. And listen, and those were against like winnable games. Again, you know what I mean? You can't be playing that kind of baseball, especially against this Dodgers team. Like I'm trying to be, and like I said, I don't know why I'm optimistic about this series. I don't know why. I feel good. And I'm usually the guy who hides underneath my blanket. I'm usually the guy who hides underneath my blanket. But, I mean, to factor in that they can't score with players in scoring position, you have to factor in that the starting pitching staff is not that good. In the last couple of games, they'll let you an 0-3-0-4 where the offense has bowed you out of it. Yeah, not good at all. I mean, if you're Topper, what do you do? How do you change up the lineup? What should you do? What do you consider doing? And we are 0 for 20 with the runners in scoring possession in the last 4 games of the season. How can the Phillies pitching be your main concern? Because, Matt, it is my main concern. I mean, why aren't you paying attention to the starting pitching staff? I'm not talking about the bullpen. The starting pitching staff always will put you in a hole. If you looked at their last few games or so, the starting pitching staff has pulled. You will let the train go off the track. Now, granted, I don't think Taiwan Walker even sniff the field again. But other than not, Ranger, you're going to tell me you feel good about Ranger Suarez and his last few starts? He's had a lot of hiccups. You feel good about Nola? I mean, where do you feel good other than Christopher Sanchez? Christopher Sanchez, you feel good about. And he don't even have a fastball in his repertoire. Like the other pitchers, I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about Luzardo. He's up and down. He has those cold innings. He's Aaron Nola 2.0. He can show you he's got some great stuff, or he can show you he's really cold. Dave says, between both bullpen, between both bullpen, I have to favor the Phils in that category. The Dodgers bullpen doesn't impress me. Wow, Dave, and you usually. Now listen, like I said, you can't put Orion Kirkering in there. He stinks. But Strom, okay. Durant, we know he's going to be nasty. It's what the starting pitching can do for 5 innings. And through those 5 innings, you're going to tell me, Matt, you're not going to be biting your nails? You're crazy if you don't think that's going to happen. Brianna Torres, what's up? How are you? Because Phillies won Saturday. Hey, listen, if they could take game 1 and set the tone, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. Moran goes, 2 weeks ago, even when the Phillies were hot and had a great win, had a great winning streak during a post-game live, Mike Barkan and the Phillies hitting was 5 for the last 60-something with runners and scoring position. And listen, and like I said, I'm not taking it away. And by the way, guys, for sports identification, this is the Wraparound with your guy, Pat Bernard, here Friday nights, 10:30. Love doing this. Love chatting with you guys. This is the calm before the storm. If you're just checking me out for the first time, do you feel good about the Philadelphia Phillies? If so, I mean, how do you feel? Check in. Share the show out. How do you feel? My main man. My main dude right here, Joe Howe. What's up, brother? Joe Howe goes, Bader should be near the end of the lineup. Listen, he's been cold, and he needs to get cooking too. He needs to really get cooking there too, Joe Howe. I would love to see him start. He needs to start. He needs to wake up. And again, maybe this little break will allow him to wake up. Will allow him to wake up. Now, because it's about the offense. It has always been about the offense. I get you. The offense in these last games have kept you relevant, has saved you from falling out of any real serious trouble. It's what carried you to this. You'll hold on to the second round. I mean, the second seed. The offense bailed this team out of a lot of trouble. And yes, on paper, they haven't been great with scoring players and driving runs with players in scoring position. I get that. But Matt, you're going to tell me you're not, again, if you're with this current pitching staff versus the Mookie Betts of the world, the Freddie Freemans, you're not concerned? Come on, brother. Appreciate you checking in, but man, it's how do you like the starting pitching staff is a glowing X factor, glowing. And I'm not saying that. Listen, in a pressurized situation where you have to drive in runs and this team comes up small, that's a big issue. And you, and I appreciate you, Ryan, are pointing it out. Like, this team struggled. And listen, I've done many post-game shows. I've done it with Al. I've done it with Matt. I've done it with Mike. Fighting and screaming about the same problem. Not driving in runs. This team needs to drive in runs. 0-20, or let's get, that's putrid. That's putrid. That is disgusting. Ryan, I'm not scared with the other teams, and I'm scared of the Phillies streaking hitting and inconsistent hitting. The Phillies hitting scares me, not the other teams. And listen, Ryan, I said that prior to. I said this. I said that the Philadelphia Phillies' biggest opponent is going to be their mirror. It is the Phillies because of them not hitting in runs, because of starting. Matt goes, I'm sorry to all the viewers for this disputed vote of Phillies. His opinion does not necessarily express that of all it's a Rap Sports Network. Come on, Matt. I mean, yeah, you're pulling up the numbers, but I'm proving to you facts. Again, you're telling me about you're worried about the offense, and I've agreed with you. I've agreed. I agree that the Philadelphia Phillies offense has been scary. They tend to swing at things in the dirt. I will agree with you. They struggled in pressurized situations of driving runs. And it's horrible. But I'm saying they need to set the tone of the game and not fall out of the game early. That's all I need. I need the starting pitching to be better. And I'm being optimistic. I'm feeling good. I don't know why. And listen, you, me, we're all going back and forth. I'm going about the pitching. You're going about the offense. Regardless how we look at this, I still feel optimistic they can get the job done. And I don't know why. And I don't know why. I don't know why I feel okay with this. I don't know why I feel like the Phillies offense is going to turn up a notch. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel like the Philadelphia Phillies are going to give the LA Dodgers a run for their money. When the LA Dodgers are the defending champions, when the LA Dodgers are going to come here to make waves. I don't know why I feel confident that the Phillies are going to get done. It dispute us going back and forth I feel like the Phillies can get the job done tomorrow. Again, Matt. Again, the Phillies pitching staff averaging over 9 strikeouts a game. Yeah, but Matt, you're looking. I'm talking about the starting pitching. I'm talking about the starting. Look up how many hits they give up. Look how many hits they give up, Matt. The proof's in the pudding. They also give up 7 to 8 hits a game, multiple runs. The starting pitching. You're talking about pitching with the bullpen. I'm talking about starting pitching alone. Less than 3 walks a game. Nah, yeah, right. They don't give up many walks. I'll give you that. The Phillies pitching staff don't give up many walks. But they still can put you in a rabbit hole. I don't know how you could come in here. And yes, you're letting me all the facts about the hitting staff. I'm not disagreeing with you. But you're going to sit there and go back and forth with me and overlook the pitching staff. Like, why is there earwax in that particular ear? And they have and they have averaged 4.2 runs a game. Okay. So yes, it's pitching, everyone. And it's not that Harper has been MIA since in 22. That is either the top of the lineup that is hits or the bottom lineup that's hits. And he's got to crank it up. Again, he's the star here. He's the big X factor. He's the guy. He's your guy. He's the star of the team. He should be hitting dingers, and he's one of the main problems here. And I agree with you. He needs to turn it up in the postseason. The pitching is why we won't win. That and the offense. I am agreeing with you. I am saying that the bats are stagnant or stale, and they commit doing the same thing every postseason. When the lights get brighter and brighter, they come up smaller and smaller. I am agreeing with you on that, but I'm not going to overlook that the pitching staff is a major concern. The starting pitching staff. Who cares about hits? It's runs. Yeah, well, they give up hits and runs, Matt. That all matter factors. How many times have you seen Lazardo give up hit, single, 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 single? And then it comes multiple 3-run blasts and stuff. And then you find yourself in a hole. And then he tries to lock himself down, but by then there's too much damage because the offense, where I agree with you, can't carry you through. The offense can't carry you through. I am agreeing. But the starting pitching staff has to be somewhat better. The starting pitching staff, not the bullpen. And as long as Orion Kirkering don't sniff the field, I think we could be okay. I think we could come to some kind of agreement there. Ryan says, I am confident in the Phillies pitching, but the pitches with 2 strikes pitching is my concern. That's been an issue for the starters and bullpen. Yeah. I don't know how can you be confident in the pitching with 2 strikes. Again, and I've seen that where they give up cookies right down the middle. Like, Like Lazard likes to throw some high fastballs. He likes to go work the corner of the strike zone. He likes to throw high strike zones. He likes to go with the high fast pitches, right? Noah kind of likes to do the same thing. He likes to paint the corner of the strike zone with his fastballs, and he usually throws the same kind of pitches. He usually throws the fastball. He'll throw a sinker, and then he'll like to dial in a curveball. They're the same kind of pitcher. Whereas Sanchez doesn't have a fastball. He throws an awesome sweeper, a changeup, and a sinker. He does not have a fastball at all. Then you look at Ranger, and then he's up and down. And he doesn't really have a great pitch. Like last year, or the beginning of last year, before he got hurt, that was a one-hit wonder. That was I don't think you'll ever get the same Ranger. I don't think you'll get the same Ranger. And by the way, real fast, again, guys, for radio identification, this is the It's a Wrap Sports Network with me, Pat Bernard, on the Wraparound here on a Friday night, 10:30. Again, and guys, thank you so much for joining me. I love going back and forth. I appreciate your time. And like I said, please like, follow, subscribe. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. We are on Twitter. We are on TikTok. The TikTok is really starting to make waves here with the people of the Delaware Valley, with all Philadelphia sports fans. So again, let's get back some of these comments here, and I appreciate the comments. For you guys staying up here on a Friday night hanging out with me, you can make a lot more better decisions than hanging out with me on a Friday night. But I thank you. Let's go. Our pitching with 2 strikes. Stop giving up 2-strike hits. And again, I don't know if that's pressurized. Sometimes the batter gets one in there, Ryan, but I agree. Let's get into some more of these good comments here. Oh, by the way, they averaged 7 hits a game this season. I'll take that. They give up 7 hits, but yeah, are you considering it into the run? But yeah, Matt, again, I get it, right? And we got to hope that the Philly, and I'm not trying to be that guy, but again, hopefully that the fans could be, and I think they're going to be ruckus tomorrow. I think they're going to be trying to get in Ohtani's head. And again, maybe the Phillies can use that to their advantage. Maybe that's why I'm a little bit more optimistic. Maybe I'm just speaking from the 700 level. But again, I feel good about this team. And I don't know why. We just went over a half hour going back and forth where this game is pretty much going to go wrong. Or where it can go wrong. Or it has potentially to go wrong. With all of it being said, I don't know why I feel good about the Phillies. I don't know why. Maybe Harrison Bader does turn around. Maybe Bryce Harper finally shows up. Maybe someone is going to turn things around here on offense. Maybe it's going to be the pitching. I don't know why I feel good about the Phillies heading into the series. And I shouldn't. I should be, hiding underneath my bed right now. The pitching staff. I'm not talking about pitching staff, man. I'm talking about starting pitching. That to me is the biggest concern heading in. Like again. My man, Joe Howe, what's up, buddy? He goes, Dodgers don't scare me. The Dodgers bullpen blows. Sanchez pitches a gem. And listen, if he does, and like I said, good, take game one. Take game one. This was a great selection. Now, if you're Rob Thompson, if you're just checking into this show, if you're Rob Thompson, what's your lineup looking like for tomorrow? What would you like to see Rob Thompson do with this lineup? Because to me, again, are you willing to go Harrison Bader? Do you still feel like he's going to be cold? I mean, you got to jiggle up. You have to set the tone early. Do you put Kyle Schwarber back into the leadoff position? Do you need to get that home run going? I mean, you need to shake things up here. The lineup needs to get switched up. Topper cannot afford to be stubborn here. Ryan goes, it's been the same issues for the last 4 years with mostly the same lineup with only a few different guys, but it's mostly the same. Right. And listen, we know we got Max Kepler here. Right, Ryan. It's a few minor tweaks with the lineup. Harrison Bader is now going to be in this lineup. It's to me, it's you got to set the tone early. You got to get to Ohtani early. And the pitching staff cannot allow the Freddie Freeman, the Phillies killer, to run wild or Mookie Betts. And most times than not, the Phillies have had the Dodgers' number. And that's what I'm saying. Joe's just asked the same question I just pretty much threw out there. He goes, how would you make the lineup for tomorrow? And again, just playing devil's advocate. Hold on, one more. Here goes Matty B. The Star is 3 over 1,300 innings in 2025. The bullpen threw about 600 innings. Who impacted overall pitching on this team? I get it, man. You're bringing up numbers. Okay, and I could counterpunch that by saying who gave up. Obviously, the starting pitchings gave up more hits because they're in there longer. They're in the game longer. But you could tell me through 5 to 6 innings, you feel comfortable and confident into a Luzardo for 6 innings without getting rattled with this lineup, against that Dodgers lineup. You feel confident and comfortable with Ranger Suarez for 6 innings, per se, against that lineup, against that Dodgers lineup. Do you feel confident, comfortable with Nola not getting rattled? Same questions, 3 guys. That's where I get concerned. And again, it goes back to your point. Then the way I think it can go wrong is the pitching staff lets you down somewhere, and hopefully I'm wrong. Then the bats, which are probably going to be, it's going to be over swinging at just about anything, and it's going to look bad. And then this whole thing can go wrong. But again, I don't feel that way. I feel good about the Phillies. I personally want a good speed guy with ability to steal, who can run and take extra bases, make things happen. Basically, every other batter. What guys you think? See, that's the problem. Again, you're right. You're going to need someone with good base stealing ability, who's fast, who's got the speed. Again, set the tone early. You're going to need a Harrison Bader to get going. You're going to need a Harrison Bader. You're going to need someone to get on base who feels good stealing. Baum's usually pretty good with it. Again, that's last year. That's where they made their bread and butter with the aggressive base stealing last year, and in prior years was with Rojas. Now, obviously, Rojas is not going to be in the lineup, and that's where it hurts. I mean, then again, he couldn't get you on base either. So, but yeah, you're going to need someone with good. You're going to set the tone and start getting aggressive with the base stealing. That's where they were predicated on in his last 4 years, last 3 years rather. Matty B says, giving up 4 runs through 6, absolutely. I don't feel comfortable with the offense scoring 4 runs in 6 rings. And then listen, you're right. I don't feel it. On paper, I don't feel comfortable with the offense. Can they put up 4 runs in 6 innings? We know this offense. It's so weird with it, right? We see this team. They can break out the bats, break out the lumber, and they can go on a wildfire of hitting. Then we've seen this bats. It's not just one batter; it's all nine that it's just not there for you, and it's weird. But again, I feel good, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with my mind. That's why I'm drinking a late night coffee. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel so good about this team. Maybe I'm just thinking maybe this the lumbers are gonna the bats are gonna break out tomorrow. And they're going to go on this run. I think a little bit of time. This is a little bit of time for them to reset, and could be. Well, this is going to go back to I believe Ryan or Joe asked the question. This is going to tell you within not playing consistent baseball, whether it's going to hurt this team or the little break is what's needed for them to reset and get themselves. And I think the reset is going to help this team. Matty B saying, Ryan, the Phillies don't have the player currently on the roster, but there is Justin Crawford. Paper is its reality. I get you. Paper, it is reality. And listen, listen, that's why I love the people of the city. I love the fans. I love our listeners to this show, to the network. They are smart fans. And I wonder, though, are the fans going to really be engaged? Obviously, they want to see the Phillies have succeed, but I mean, I don't know how much they are going to be financially involved because maybe they see this being a collision course for the Phillies. Maybe that's what they see. Maybe they just see the collision course being for the Phillies, and this is going to be that's it. And listen, I hope that I'm wrong. I feel honestly this is going to be the up until this point, I felt like this was it. This is the NLDS. This is going to be they're going to be one and done. They're going to head home, pack their bags, and they're going to have to rewrite the ship and figure things out and completely tear down this team. What I like to see anyway. Hey, what happened? Hey, what happened here? What the heck happened? It just froze on my end. But anyway, yeah, I'm sorry for the delay here. Yeah, I'm just drawing blank. I don't know what happened here on my end. What the heck? There I am. I'm good. I'm back. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, everyone. I'm sorry. I figured it out. I don't know what happened there. Excuse me. I apologize. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Definitely went out on me for a minute there. Uh, anyway, sorry about that. I apologize to everyone. Let's get back to the conversation here. Matty B is saying it's Bigfoot throwing out for the first pitch after riding in on a unicorn L. Bigfoot thrown on first pitch? I mean, after running, it's. Yeah, listen. I get you, Matt. I totally get it. I get it. And then Matt goes, been waiting for the reset since 2000. And listen, this team has regressed. This team has regressed in a big, big way. This team has backpedaled. This team has not been good. And I don't know. I don't know. This team has regressed, and I hope so that I'm wrong. I hope that I'm wrong here. I hope that the team. I hope this is back. I think the team's going to be fine. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe that's why my internet crashed. I mean, we've just debated for 45 minutes. We just debated about where the downfall is going to be. We just debated where the downfall is going to be with this Phillies team. Whether it's going to be the hitting, whether it's going to be the pitching. We just went back and forth. And like I said, I think, again, I don't know why. I feel good about the Phillies. I feel really good about this Phillies team going to come up big. And I don't know why. And I'm just trying to figure it out. And I think that the Phillies have what it takes to get this job done. I think the fans are going to play a major X factor into this. I think they're going to get into Ohtani's head and Freddie Freeman and Mac Muncy and Mookie Betts. I think they're going to be discomfort in coming to South Philly tomorrow. Because postseason baseball and Philly, it's two different worlds here. Don't shift at all for left-handed hitters. Yeah, I agree. You don't need to do all the shifting. Well, I want to get into this conversation earlier there, Joe, but I'm going to save the Eagles conversation for Sunday for PM and AM with me and Mike. And again, guys, I apologize for a little bit ago. I don't know what happened. My screen kind of blanked out there for a second. I had to take care of it, but I'm back. Let's get into though and talk. I'm going to save the Eagles conversation for Sunday. What's your predictions for tomorrow? Do you think the Phillies take Game 1? I think they can. I think the Phillies can get the job done. I really do. I really do believe that. I think the Phillies can get the job done, no problem. So, to answer your question, Joe, yeah, I'm going to be talking more about the Phillies and Eagles come Sunday with Matty, with my usual crew, Al, Mike. We're going to get down. But anyway, let's quickly go over, guys, before I go any further. We are getting in close to the end of the show here. Let's talk. Speaking of, again, tomorrow, my man, Mike Laro, is back in the house. Guys, Penn State football postgame show with Mike Laro going to happen. Happy Valley Huddle. He does a terrific job there doing his postgame shows. His blood pressure was a little high last week. And so, guys, catch him. And then again, Sunday morning. I'm sorry. Game 1 in the NLDS. There it is. You have it right on your screen. Me, Big Al. We'll be breaking down this NLDS game between the Phillies and Dodgers. You're not going to miss that tomorrow. And then, of course, Sunday mornings will never be the same. PM and the AM. Me, Mike Lauro, Al producing the program. We'll be going back and forth. Drink, take some holy water with you. You're going to need it with this show. But anyway, we'll be going back and forth. And then, of course, later on, we have an Eagles, the Fly by the Feather Eagles post-game show with the Birds Fly By with me and Mike. We'll have you covered for that. For the Eagles and Broncos, we'll get you going for the post-game show. I believe there won't be no Steel City Sunday this weekend. The Steelers will be on the bye, so guys. But it doesn't matter because, guys, we still have you covered for all Pittsburgh sports. The Pittsburgh Sports Desk with my man Will, Tracy, and Ed talking everything Pittsburgh sports. That's right, guys. I don't know if you noticed, but we are linked with our boys from across the state. Now, we technically cover everything PA. And then, of course, those guys carry their conversations on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock on the Green Iron Weekly, talking NFL, NCAA football. They talk everything pigskin. For all you gambling guys out there, gambling guys and girls, hosted by Mike Laro. He's got his boy Paul Spencer on the program. Pops, Locks, and Parlays does a great job talking about betting. And, of course, say the best. The Attacking Third will be showing up there. The Attacking Third will have a new set start time. Not this Thursday, but moving to Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. with me. I'll be talking everything Philadelphia Union soccer. So there you have this right here. So, yeah, Steve Fernandez is going to be on a break for a while, but I'll have you covered. Like I said, new start time coming Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. And, of course, say the best for last. Our main man, Pots and Pants, Matty B, the mayor of Mayfair. He's got you covered. Check out his show, The Final Word, Sunday nights through Thursdays at 10 o'clock. So for all you night owls out there, give my man Matty B a follow. He does a terrific job with his shows. All right, guys. I don't know, one more. Joe Howe says, Phillies win 5-2, homers from Kyle the Beast and Kepler. Ooh, I like that. Let me bring this down a little bit. But yes, appreciate that. I like that. I like that, Joe Hal. You think that Kyle Schwarber can set the tone, can get this going with a homer, a couple of 3-run blasts? I like it. I just think the offense is going to play small ball tomorrow. Again, I could be wrong. We went back and forth for 45 minutes about where it can go wrong. I think the Phillies are going to play great small ball. I think they're going to make, hitting up the middle, splitting the gaps. I think that JT Realmuto is going to come up huge with a couple doubles. I think he's going to get things going. I think Stott's going to get things going for this team and really take game one tomorrow. I'm feeling a 7-3 win. And that sounds crazy. But I'm feeling something of that nature. I think this Phillies team could put up 7 runs. I think it's going to be one of those games. I truly do. I think the Phillies offense is going to get things rocking and rolling. But like I said, if you didn't hear me earlier in the first part of the show, like I said, the Phillies and Dodgers met tomorrow on October 4th. And back in 1977, that's 48 years ago that these two teams met in the postseason. 48 years ago. The Dodgers took the first series. Then they ran it back in 1978. The Dodgers took that series. Then they met again in 1983. The Phillies would win that one. And the Phillies have won the last 3 series, 08, 09 against the Dodgers. So this will be the 6th time that the Phillies and Dodgers met in the postseason. 6th time. And I think everyone can say Matt Stairs' hit deep into the night was probably the biggest moment. And if you guys have some big moments that you remember from the Phillies and Dodgers series, share them. But that's probably the one that stands out to me, the Matt Stairs home run. Because that bad boy was deep. Right there in Dodger Stadium. But if they do lose a series, where are you at with this team? Where are you at with this team? That's probably the bigger question. If the Phillies lose, what if the Phillies lose? I guess it doesn't matter how they lose. Where are you at with this team then? Because I don't think anybody's going to want to see anybody from this club anymore. This is the fourth, like Ryan said it. Although some minor tweaks, this is the fourth straight run with this team to the postseason and didn't finish the story. So, like I said, if they lose this series at all, really, this signing the Bryce Harper and bringing it was all a waste of time. Great summers, like we've been there. We as Phillies fans have been there, where your summers stink because you didn't have good baseball. We've been there. We've been there when this franchise has been at rock bottom, and I've enjoyed this era of baseball, but the story needs to be finished. The story needs to be written off. And I don't know if this team's got it, but we're going to find out real fast. Great show as always. Thank you. And I'll tell you what, I don't think, and I'm wondering, up until this point, I don't think Topper has done a bad job managing this team. I know we've always had that conversation. A lot of people goes, "Oh, you got to fire Topper, I don't think you should fire Topper at all. I don't think he's done where did he do a bad job? And again, there's been a couple games where he's done a bad job. I'm not going to say he's been perfect. But most times than not, this guy's never got really the rose petals. He's changed up this roster in more ways than one. Again, to kind of repeat myself, Kyle Schwarber batting in the cleanup duties. Bryson Stott, when struggling, went back to the tail end of the lineup. I mean, he's made the adjustments in the lineup. I don't think, even if they lose this series, I don't think Topper should be first on everyone's list to get rid of. I think it's going to be, probably obvious. Did they announce the playoff roster yet? No, Joe. I'm wondering. I wonder where is everybody with Topper? I mean, I think like Nicky Castellanos, Alec Bohm. Well, I don't. Alec Bohm always looks like he's been on the train conversation for a long time now. But I wonder what's going to be the major moves that are getting made. But I would keep Topper for another year. He's deserved it to me. I can't speak for everyone else. I think Topper has done a great job with this team. But anyway, I gave you guys the rundown for the action again tomorrow. Stay around. Happy Valley Huddle tomorrow. Me, Al, NLDS postseason show. We'll be talking. All right, guys. Have a great night. I appreciate everybody for all your comments, contributions. And again, I love the fact that you guys took time on your Friday night to hang out with a loser like myself. Really appreciate it. But I'm going to get ready to rock out of here, guys. And you guys have a great, great night. Enjoy. Stay tuned. It's Raw Sports. Like, subscribe, share. Bye.